Are you ready to finally achieve your dream rank in Overwatch 2 Season 14? Whether you're stuck in gold, fighting your way to diamond, or chasing that elusive GM badge, climbing the competitive ladder can feel like an impossible grind. But don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, we're diving into the exact steps you need to take to reach your goals in this season. From mastering your mindset to refining your gameplay, improving communication, and avoiding the common pitfalls that keep players stuck. By the end of this guide, you'll have a clear plan to dominate the ladder and finally make that dream rank a reality. So whether you're a tank, DPS, or support main, stick around because these tips could be the difference between staying stuck and hitting your personal best. Let's get started. Let's face it, climbing the Overwatch 2 rank ladder can feel like a roller coaster. One minute you're dominating and the next you're stuck in a losing streak, wondering where it all went wrong. But here's the thing, focusing solely on your rank is one of the quickest ways to burn out and lose motivation. Instead of obsessing over rank, shift your mindset to focus on improvement. Think of every game not as a test of your worth, but as an opportunity to learn and get better. Whether you win or lose, ask yourself, what did I do well? What can I improve on? Maybe your positioning was off, or you weren't tracking the enemy cooldowns. Identifying these things is how you grow. And here's the secret, when you focus on getting better, the ranks will come naturally. It's not about the destination, it's about building the skills that will carry you there. Now let's talk consistency. Overwatch is a team game, but your individual performance matters a lot. If you're playing tired, tilted, or distracted, you're not just holding yourself back, you're impacting your team. So play when you're feeling sharp, don't force yourself into just one more game if you're already frustrated. When you're tilted, take a break, step away, clear your head, and come back fresh. Remember, climbing isn't about grinding endlessly, it's about making every game count. So focus on improvement, play consistently, manage your tilt like a pro. Climbing isn't always easy, but by prioritizing growth over results, you're setting yourself up for success. One of the biggest mistakes players make when trying to climb is spreading themselves too thin. They bounce between roles, try to play every hero, and end up being mediocre at most instead of mastering a few. If you want to hit your dream rank this season, it's time to specialize. First, pick a role that suits you, your playstyle, and stick to it. Are you a leader who likes controlling the fights? Tanks might be your calling. Love dealing damage and making flashy plays? Go DPS. Or if you enjoy supporting your team and securing fights with clutchy utilities, support is the way to go. By focusing on one role, you'll develop the specific skills needed to excel in that position. Next, narrow down your hero pool. In Overwatch 2, versatility is important, but only to an extent. Aim to master 2 to 3 heroes in your role, heroes that complement each other and cover a variety of situations. For example, if you're a tank main, you might focus on Reinhardt for brawls, Sigma for pokecoms, and Winston for dive strategies. As DPS, you would go with Soldier 76 for consistency, Cassidy for mid-range duels, and Tracer for mobility. And for support players, mastering Ana for healing output, Kiriko for utility, and Lucia for speed is a solid start. Here's the catch. Always keep the meta in mind. In Season 14, some heroes are stronger than others, depending on buffs, nerfs, and map rotation. Check out tier list or patch note to stay up to date and make sure your hero pool includes at least one strong pick for the current meta. And remember, flexibility within your pool is key. If your main hero isn't working, don't be afraid to switch to a secondary pick that better counters the enemy team or synergizes with your allies. By focusing on one role and mastering a small effective hero pool, you'll not only build confidence but also develop the expertise needed to outplay your opponents and climb faster. The more you refine your specialization, the closer you'll get to your dream rank. If you're looking to climb the Overwatch 2 ladder in Season 14, mastering your mechanics is only half the battle. To truly stand out, you need to focus on 3 critical skills: communication, positioning, and adaptability. Let's start with communication. Overwatch is a team game and good communication can make or break a match. But here's the thing, not all callouts are created equal. Focus on providing clear, concise, and actionable information that helps your team. For example, Reaper has death pulse and watch out for flanks. Sigma no shield, push now. Tracer behind us, backline needs help. What you don't want to do is spam the chat with complaints or toxicity. Not only does it hurt your morale, but it distracts everyone from focusing on the game. Keep it positive and constructive. You'll be surprised how much better your matches go when everyone's on the same page. Next up is positioning, and this is one of the most underrated aspects of Overwatch 2 gameplay, and it's the difference between staying alive and being an easy pick for the enemy. The key, always think about where you can maximize your impact while staying safe. As a tank, position yourself to block damage for your team while creating space. Don't overextend or leave your supports exposed. DPS player, look for off angles that let you pressure the enemy without exposing yourself to their entire team. And if you're a support, prioritize prioritizing high ground or cover that lets you heal efficiently without being an easy target. Bad positioning not only gets you killed but puts your team at a disadvantage. Always be aware of your surroundings, use natural cover, and stay close enough to your team to support them effectively. Finally, let's talk about adaptability. Every match in Overwatch is unique. Every match in Overwatch 2 is unique, and the ability to adjust your strategy on the fly is crucial. Pay attention to the enemy team composition and adjust your approach accordingly. Are they running a Pharah Mercy combo? Switch to hit scan DPS or prioritize taking down Mercy first. If the enemy tanks are dominating, consider heroes like Reaper or Zarya to counter them. If your team keeps getting flanked, heroes like Torbjorn or Sombra can shut them down. Don't get too attached to one strategy or hero. Sometimes a quick adjustment is all it takes to turn the tide of a match. Flexibility is key to staying ahead of your opponents. By mastering communication, positioning, and adaptability, you will not only become a more reliable teammate, but also a player who consistently impacts matches in a big way. These three skills can make all the difference in climbing the ranks this season. If you're serious about climbing the ranks in Overwatch 2, one of the most effective ways to improve is by reviewing your own gameplay and learning from the best. Let's break it down. First up, replays. Overwatch 2 gives you an incredible powerful tool to review your matches. Watching your own gameplay is like having a mirror. It shows you exactly where you're shining and where you're falling short. Start by looking at the key moments in the game. Did you overextend and get picked off? Did you miss an opportunity to push when your team had the advantage? These little details add up, and spotting them is the first step to improving. Don't just focus on your perspective, switch to other players' views or even enemy teams. This can give you an insight into how they are positioning, rotating, or targeting, and help you anticipate these strategies in future games. While reviewing your own gameplay is important, learning from better players can take your skills to the next level. Watch streams or videos from top Overwatch 2 players who main your roles or heroes. Pay attention to their positioning, ability usage, and decision making. Guides are also a fantastic resource, whether it's a breakdown of hero matches or advanced mechanics. These videos can give you new ideas to test out in your own games. And here's the key, don't just watch passively. Apply what you've learned, try out new techniques in quick play or training range before bringing them into rank. Progress comes from practice and repetition. By combining replays analysis with insight from top players, you'll get a full picture of what you need to work on. Think of it as learning from your mistakes while also adapting the strategies that worked for the best in the game. Every great Overwatch player started with the basics and learned step by step. By reviewing your own gameplay and studying the pros, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Remember, improvements take time, but every small step brings you closer to your dream rank. At last, climbing the ranks in Overwatch 2 can feel overwhelming at times, especially if you're stuck or aiming for a big leap. But the key to success? Breaking it down into small, manageable steps. Let's talk about how setting realistic goals and daily objectives can keep you on track and motivate. First, set a realistic target rank for your season, something challenging but achievable based on your current level. Then break the big goal into smaller milestones. For example, if you're silver aiming for platinum, focus on getting to gold first. Once you hit that, reassess and aim high. Each small win builds momentum and keeps you motivated. Plus, focusing on these incremental goals help you stay consistent and avoid getting discouraged by the bigger picture. Now, let's break it down even further with daily or weekly objectives. Instead of saying I need to climb 5 ranks this week, focus on actionable goals like improving your ultimate tracking, mastering one hero's mechanics, or making better callouts in game. Your objectives don't always have to be tied to winning. Maybe one day you focus on staying alive longer as a support, another day you work on hitting key shots as a DPS. The idea is to make each session about learning and growth, not just grinding rank. And don't forget to pace yourself. Build rest days into your schedule so you can come back refreshed. Overwatch is a marathon, not a sprint, and burnout can hurt your performance more than anything else. To keep yourself accountable, track your progress, write down what you're working on, and check off objectives as you complete them. This simple habit makes your improvement visible and reinforces your commitment to the climb. By breaking your climb into small manageable goals and focusing on daily objectives, you'll not only improve faster but also enjoy the process. Every session becomes a step forward, bringing you closer to the dream rank.